I think the men don't know that we know this move, and this is all in good fun, but I want you to know something. So when we're coming and a man is looking at us this way, and you see it cross his mind that I bet she has got blessings behind her. And so then we're still walking towards you, but then you like turn your head this way as we come, and we know what you're doing. You're just waiting for that gluteus maximus examination, if you will. And you know what, that's actually fine. Like, you have eyeballs, you can do them with them what you want. I'm no better than men a lot of times, just to be honest with you. But sometimes what I've started to do, just to have a little fun with it, is I'll walk past and then I'll turn around and go, ha! And sometimes I'm wrong. And I'm embarrassed when that happens. But the way I see it is I embarrass myself not on purpose all the time. So, you know, it's a calculated risk, roll the dice. And a lot of the times the men are very, very, you know, good sports about it. They're like, ah, you caught me. And I'm like, yeah, you were counting my blessings, weren't you? They're like, yeah. I'm like, it's okay, man. Just, you know, maybe think about that next time. So, because we do know.
My hot take is that men shouldn't be allowed to sit, because it's truly an epidemic that every time I go on the transit, it's full train. Majority of the people sitting are men. Like, as long as there's a gender pay gap, women should not be standing on public transit. That's crazy to me. Like, yesterday I was on the path, and like a really old man, there was one empty seat, and I saw him and I was like, please sit. And he's like, no, it's okay, like, you sit. And I was like, no, please sit down, like, you're obviously unwell. And look around, every other seat is taken by like young, able-bodied men, and all the women are standing. There's someone that was pregnant that was standing. I'm sorry, that's ridiculous. And I won't rest until men aren't allowed to sit.
I don't care if this is a hot take, but men should be paying for the first date at least. Like, I went on a date with this one guy, and we went to get breakfast, and it was a perfect little setup, and we went to this cute little place that was in Laguna. Loved it so much, and I actually want to go back there because I loved it, and the food was really good. We both got avocado toast. Well, the check came, and he wouldn't be bothered to even look at the check. Avocado toast? I'm sorry, I did not order a filet mignon, sir. I ordered a piece of fucking bread. You can't pay for that. You can't take out your wallet. So guess what I did? Because I'm me, I paid, right? And he put down $10. Okay, well, when the total's $25 and we're gonna tip the waiter because we're normal humans and care about their work and that's what they live on sometimes, pick up the fucking bill. You invited me to breakfast. I'm sorry, like, I'm standing on this hill and I don't care if I'm canceled for it.
Modern women make it a habit of standing on hills that they know they're not going to get canceled for. You know there's going to be millions of women that agree with you on this point. You know that.
I officially know how y'all make these men feel. Because I posted a thread yesterday that said, I just want to spoil somebody's son, but I'm going to wait my turn, meaning I'm waiting on God and God only. And the amount of DMs talking about, you said you want to spoil somebody's son. Like, do you really think that that's how you go get spoiled? Do you really think that's how you gonna get anywhere? But I don't know though, because at the end of the day, I'm a lot more strict than a lot of these, whatever y'all want to call them, men, okay, that just be doing whatever, spending whatever, and for women that don't really care, because I'll be damned, excuse my language. No, cannot believe it. The audacity is audacious.
And it doesn't feel great when they don't offer you anything, right? When they don't even look like they're going to reciprocate.
Bro, just get me the fuck out of here. Like, dead ass. You're rude to a man, they don't do shit. You're nice to a man, they don't do shit. Like, what do you guys want? Oh my god. I try to plan things out to be a fun, eventful person. Fucking gets canceled on. I don't do anything. Oh, you're boring. Oh, I've like... The only reason, I'm gonna be so for real, the only reason why I even want a man at this point in time is only because I can't afford life as a single person. I can't. And I don't think I have the mental capacity to fully let myself go lesy, because I will just end up being in a full-blown domestic with my lesy partner. Because if I can't stand a man, definitely not gonna be able to stand a woman. Get me the fuck out of here, bro. Like, please.
Maybe men are the prize now. There's a woman right now vying to be somebody's fourth baby mama, and I'm not even talking about a rapper or athlete where at least there's a check or a hair salon at the end of that exchange. I'm talking about your everyday man. By definition, a prize is something given as a reward for an achievement. But we must remember a prize is just an object until people deem it as a reward. And similarly, a man is just a man until you see women drop their friends, family, even their own self-respect over the pursuit of a man. If women as a collective continue on this trend of assigning men the value of self-deprecation, the highest form of payment, of course they're going to start feeling like the prize. Most women I know are prize-worthy, are exceptional, and yet because of the misogyny that's been marinated in our minds, they feel that in order to really be complete, they need a man at any cost, as if he's a prize. And this isn't at all to say women aren't the prize. There are women who treat themselves like a prize and they get treated by society like such. They are doing a great job for the collective. But if you're shrinking yourself and burning bridges, that's not prize-worthy behavior. That's pageantry. You're no longer the prize. You yourself are a contestant. Imagine if we as women just collectively stopped entertaining the nonsense. Let's be honest, men operate heavily on peer pressure. They will literally pick up a weapon if their friends peer pressure them to do so. Why don't we peer pressure them to pick up some respect for us as women?
What happens when you're in a desert, alone, for days? No way to get back to the city. It's probably going to be hot, and you're probably going to get thirsty. So anything that looks like water, you're going to run to it. You're going to pursue it with everything that you have because you don't want to die. That's what these modern women are doing to themselves. They've been dropped off, or they've dropped themselves off in the middle of a love desert, a romance desert. And so now, because they wouldn't take the options that were available to them, they're stranded. And they have to find something. And anything that looks like something good, they're going to pursue it with everything that they have. So now a Pookie and a Ray Ray looks good. Now with Chad, anything that he says looks good. I can love bomb you freely because you just want a man at this point in time. I become the prize. In the desert, if I look like something, I become the prize.
Princess treatment I expect as a liberal woman. Number one, you're driving most places. I've had to drive myself around my whole life. It's my turn to be a passenger princess. You're driving most places. I can help contribute to gas sometimes. I can offer to let you use my car. But for the most part, I'm the girl. I sit in the passenger seat. Number two, when it comes to ba-dum-bum-bump, if you're getting antsy, it doesn't mean I'm dropping pantsy. I pay attention to my body. I pay attention to what I want to do with it. No means no, not now means not now. Do take into consideration our relationship as well as gender roles, what men like. Keep that in mind. A no does mean no. And if that's a problem, you're a problem. Number three, princess treatment means I eat how I want to eat. If I want a double-double, I get a double-double. If I want a big meal, I get a big meal. There's no salad expectations. There's no dressing on the side expectations. I'm not intentionally trying to be dainty when it comes to food. Number four, if we're in different tax brackets or you make more money than I do expect you to foot the bill more often. I can only afford what I can afford. I will, of course, contribute. But in general, as a girl, even a liberal girl, I believe in some kind of gender roles and I want to feel taken care of. I want to feel softer. And if I'm continuously putting out my credit card or my ATM card, I'm not feeling soft, I'm feeling broke. Number five, we are using birth control. There will be no accidental, oops, it's a gift from God. Nope, I don't want any gifts from God that I'm not expecting. If and when we're ready, financially, mentally, we'll plan for it. But other than that, safety first. Number six, my opinions, what I like, these are just as valuable as yours. What I have to say is just as valuable as what you have to say. I want you to hear me, so I need to hear you. It is absolutely a symbiotic relationship. If you're looking for a doormat, that's not me. You better walk yourself right out that door. I want conversation. That's what being a liberal is all about.
I'm going to be honest with you, Chad. I like this one. I like this one. This one is really great. You know, she's out there for you guys. Probably the best I've seen yet. This one is really going to get you to pull your wallet out and spend that money. Have fun out there, boy.
Like, how would dudes feel if I just rolled down my window? I was like, hey, you looking good over there?
Voila. Okay then. These candles burn? Yeah, be careful when you walk slow because it'll burn.
It's a safety hazard. A fire hazard? Nah, you the hazard to a happy relationship.
Do you like it or not?
It's cute.
I think it's beautiful.
Where's the rest of the gifts?
It's on the bed. You got, hold on, we're gonna get into the gifts in a minute. Let me just show you all the details.
You're gonna pull out the rest of them, right?
You said what?
You're gonna pull out the rest, right?
And see, these the type of women that be screaming, men don't do nothing no more. Nah, cause when they do, it's never enough.
Chanel for Chanel. And then, hold on, we're not done. We got the roses right here. And then look.
That's totally not lit.
You said why two are not lit?
Oh, I'm glad you got some liquor because it's gonna be a long night.
What are you
This looks nothing like the Pinterest picture I sent you.
It's not about the decor, it's about the intention.
I told you the girl to go to and how to. This looks like cheap, like you threw this shit together.
But you came in there with a clearance rack attitude.
I'm pretty sure any other woman in this world would love this for their 24th birthday. And I'm taking you on a nice date tonight to Steak 48, which you never been to. Oh man, these went out. This is supposed to say I love you.
Like, this is what I mean.
But it still says I love you.
half-ass. A balloon pop.
Oh my gosh, wow.
Couldn't even afford to spell out happy birthday, HBD.
Happy birthday, it still says
And
it.
he's got.
He said he taking you out to eat after this, and you worried about some pop balloons? Ungrateful is wild.
It's cute. It's cute. For like high school.
Okay, yeah, high school. Well, we're gonna go ahead and just wrap all this up. I'm gonna go bring all this stuff back.
Let's burn
and
these candles out because I am definitely not paying for that.
You gonna help me burn them out?
Girl, he didn't have to do none of that. But when somebody show up for you like that, the least you can do is show gratitude.
I'm teaching at an all-boys school this year. And the numbers on boys, the statistics are staggering. This is gonna make me empathetic towards men. This is not a route I chose to go down, but God, it pains me to say. It just pains me to say. For every 100 girls or women, this is how many boys or men that are enrolled in a U.S. college. There are 75 boys. For every 100 girls or women who took an AP course, there are 76 boys. Earn an associate's degree, there are 61 boys. Bachelor's degree, there are 73 boys. All right, now those numbers don't sound too crazy, right? For every 100 girls or women whose entry into kindergarten is delayed, that means they start kindergarten late, 139 boys or men. In K through 12, who are classified as having a specific learning disability, there are 144 boys. Repeat kindergarten, there are 145 boys. For every 100 girls who are suspended from school, 195 boys. That's almost double. For every 100 girls who are expelled from public school, 223 boys. These numbers are blowing my mind. For every 100 girls between the ages of 15 and 19 who unalive themselves, 293 boys. Ages 25 to 29 who unalive themselves. Ages 25 to 29, 100 girls and women, 418 boys and men. And lastly, for every 100 girls or women who are incarcerated in state and federal prisons, 1,225 boys or men.
This is what men say all the time. It's going to take you actually going through what a man goes through to understand that men were not lying when they said life is very hard, extremely hard for a man.
I had a homegirl, right? She had an encounter with a guy. She was on him. She hella liked him, whatever. She called me the next day. She was like, yeah, we did woo whoop. And I was like, cool, right? A year or so passes. She meets a guy that she's really serious with. And then she's like, so I was thinking about that one guy I was with, and I think he raped me. And I was like, you totally wanted him. You totally called me. You totally told me all the details. Yeah, like, damn. What do you mean right now? But I think it was like the shame that I think she felt that she allowed herself to go there. And then when she met a serious guy, I think to herself, she was trying to make it seem like he overstepped or whatever. But he was like way tossed and she wasn't way tossed. Like she was fine. I think about shit like that. And I'm like, God forbid my sons were to have an encounter with a girl. She fully is, you know, fine with things. Mm-hmm. And then years, months later is like, the shame that I feel is uncomfortable, so I'm just gonna say that you took advantage of me. Hell no.
Oh, this is.
Oh, yeah, that's much better.
That's not yours?
Hell yeah, it's mine. I paid for it. Better be mine. Shit, I still got the receipt. I might take it back. I get a goatee or something. I might put a shot. You straight?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
So I see you work out a lot.
I mean, sometimes.
Yeah?
I will come up off it. It's kind of hot, you know what I mean?
What's that?
Look, relax, shorty. Don't even act like that. I'm sure your hair ain't real.
Oh, hell no, I can't do this.
Was like that, yo, like short dudes, come here.
If a man offers to take you on a vacation or a trip and you do not plan on sleeping with this man, do not hop on that plane. Do not waste that man's time and money. And I got the nerve to be like, just because I hop on a flight don't mean I'm entitled to sleep with him. That's true, but pay for your own fucking flight, you fucking bum. Why do you need him to pay for shit if that's how you want to move? Like, feel me? Like, that shit don't make sense. I don't ever have a man pay for my flight unless I'm landing on that dick. Are you crazy?
You're wasting your breath. Most of these women are driven by emotion, and so therefore that's what's going to get the best of them. They're going to hop on that plane knowing that man has a certain expectation, but most modern women think that they're so smart that they can get away with what they're about to try to do to that man, and that's use him and take him for all he's worth. That's when they get stranded. Remember the woman who decided to go down to Miami and got left with $1,000 bill and then was stuck begging her parents for a plane ticket home.
Somebody tell me why it's okay if women do it, but not okay if men do it?
Before I cook, most likely 9 times out of 10, I done already way before I come in and try to cook you a meal. Because most relationships, I mean, you be loosely involved and you know whatever. So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna you and do all that, but I just feel like cooking, that's showing a different care for. Not saying that it's not, but we all know how that can go. But it's like cooking is like I'm nurturing you, like I care for you, and that's good. But it's like I'm not finna do all that and think you're gonna be committed to me if we're not already committed.
I'm going to get yelled at for saying this, but princess treatment isn't romantic. It's a socially accepted way to avoid being an adult in a relationship.
Right.
We have raised generations, including the Disney girls, on love means someone is going to come save you. That's not a partnership. That's just a fucking fantasy. And as a kid, that fantasy might have kept you safe. But now as an adult, you're not dating your mom or dad. You don't need to fantasize about someone coming to get you.
Right.
In a healthy and secure relationship, no one is anticipating every single one of your needs without you fucking communicating that to them. Because psychologically, it keeps you stuck in arrested development where you continue to act like a child with your partner. Right. You're not growing, you're outsourcing responsibility. What actually builds a healthy and secure relationship? Reciprocal care. Not getting upset with the person that you're on a date with because they dropped you off to go in and check in for your reservation, and you're now seeing that as that's my masculine, he should be doing everything.
Yeah,
no, baby,
stupid.
you also need to contribute to the relationship. You might be a princess in your own fucking life, but you're not a princess in everybody else's, and expecting everyone that you date to treat you like that is only going to keep you single longer than you need to be, or you're going to get somebody who is performative and not actually there for true fucking care.
Right.
You know what's the biggest difference between guys in their 20s and in their 30s? Guys in their 20s still believe in love. You can see this ray of sunshine in their eyes that they're still able to have a crush. Men in their 30s, they're dead inside.
Oh joy, another video of another woman that just doesn't get it. I'll tell you exactly why it all changes for men when they reach a certain age. Because at some point in time when they are that young, of course they're going to have hope. They believe there's some type of faith in humanity when it comes to women and when it comes to the dating world because of what they strive for. However, due to the years of experience of being used, abused, treated like dog, and also being cheated on, being unappreciated and taken for granted left to right, being stressed out all the time because nothing they do is ever good enough, having to experience that everything they built for someone gets all just taken away, you know? And some of you women act so damn oblivious and stupid thinking that, you know, oh, why do men suddenly end up dead inside? All of what I just said is years of them experiencing this. And it's a lot more common than you think. And then y'all assume that men just hate women. No, they're just tired. They're tired and they rather have some peace, some quiet. Sometimes they prefer to be alone for that reason.
A man with money is expected to share, but a woman with money is told she doesn't need a man. Same income, totally different rules. Let me explain before you get mad. In our culture, men are taught from day one that if they're not earning, they're failing. If they can't provide, they're not real men. If they don't pick up the check, they're broke or stingy. A man's value is often reduced to his financial output. Now flip the script. When women become successful, we don't expect them to carry anybody. In fact, we celebrate it as a form of freedom. Yes, queen, you're independent. She doesn't need a man. He's expected to provide, but she's expected to escape. Because if we really want partnership, then we need to stop placing all the financial burden on one side, while celebrating freedom on the other.
Why does dating now feel like you're literally going to war? I met someone in public and was trying to be cute and organic and like, oh my god, I'm gonna meet someone like not on a dating app or yada yada. Also, check the spray tan story. And I gave him my number, thought he was super cute, we hit it off, whatever. We go on 2 dates. First date, lovely, fantastic. It was really good. We go on a second date. Last night, and it was something. Mainly because there's an age gap between us. I found that out on our last date. He's 31. Okay, I'm 23. And I swore off men in their 30s who are still single for very valid reasons, but we won't get into that. He was very sweet, picked me up, planned the date. We drove an hour to go get dinner. And on our drive over, on our drive over to the restaurant, we were talking about like what we're looking for in relationships and stuff. And I was very upfront, very straightforward, and was like, yeah, I'm not looking to waste my time. Like, I'm looking for a relationship, yada, yada. And he was like, oh, I'm so glad you said that because I'm in the same boat. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, cool, like, sweet. And then he just randomly like drops this bomb of like, yeah, honestly, I have a body count of 7 and they've all been ex-girlfriends. And I literally, I'm sitting there and I'm like, ooh, okay. And he was like, yep. Like he was proud of himself for that. And I was just like, I don't think this is really appropriate to be talking about on the first official date. And also, like, you're a man. Like, you're 31 years old and your body count is still in your, like, regular vocabulary. So I was like, I'll let that one slide. Okay, that was strike number 1. Then we get to the restaurant. It's fine. It's a normal restaurant, whatever. And then he asks if I wanted to get a drink. And I was like, okay, white wine, obs. So he orders us a bottle. Oh my God. He orders us a bottle of white wine. And he's pouring me a glass and he was just like, cheers, let's be fancy tonight. And he did that unironically. And I was just like, oh. So I was just like, I think there's a language barrier between like our generations because his humor and my humor did not correlate, right? Like he very millennial, extremely millennial. And so we're driving back after dinner. He's taking me home and he's like, play whatever music you want. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play Clairo, Maria's, Lord, whatever. I was just in that kind of mood. And he was like, this is so good. I've never heard of this before. I was literally playing 400 Lux by Lord. And I was like, you've never heard Lord? And he was like, no, not really. I'm like, what? Like 2012, your time, buddy. You were like 18 years old. But anyways, it was just a little bit weird how he's all, oh, what is this? This is so good. And so he drops me off. He drops me off at my house. He walks me to my door and I just go in for a little quick hug. Like, thank you so much for dinner and everything. Like, I had a lovely time. And after the hug, he like pulls me in and just like he kissed me. And I was just like, oh, okay. Totally caught off guard. There was no signs of like romantic tension at all. And also I don't really like, I'm not a big like first kiss on the first date type of thing. So that was really uncomfortable. And then I was just like, okay, like talk to you soon. So yeah, I'll probably never go out with him again. And I think I'm done with dating for a while.
That man said, I'm from around the way. I am going to leave here with something.
Taking a girl on a walk is not a date. And I can't believe I even have to say this. It is low effort. You put zero thought into it. If I wanted to go on a hot girl walk, I would call one of my girlfriends. You know, like I will go with the girlies. Like, I'm not going on a hot girl walk with you, King. That's not a hot girl walk. A date is something that you actually have to plan. A date is something that you are investing a certain amount financially into it. It doesn't have to be a ton, but something. So for example, if you wanted to go on a walk and then have a picnic, right? You have a couple of snacks, maybe bring like some music you can listen to. Like, oh, this is a perfect view for a sunset. Like, let's put a little thought into it. Even for the people that are balling on a budget, I'm sorry, but even a guy that has no money, like if he wanted to, he will find a way to figure it out. He will find a way to make it special for you. But if a man is trying to take you on a walk, girl, run, not toward him, away.
The date is what the man says it is. Be happy and be quiet.
I've seen a lot of videos about people saying that like less attractive women are having a really hard time finding a mate. And my first thought is like, there's so many unattractive men, like so many out there. But the problem is they're looking at women who are far out of their league.
Basically, she's saying less attractive women are having difficulty getting men because men think that they can date out of their league. The real issue here is that most women have an inflated sense of their physical attractiveness. And that's because y'all do things like throw makeup on, contour your face to make it look completely different, lip filler, eyeliner, eyelashes, hair extensions, like the list goes on and on. So that's not actually what you really look like. So when you say men are going for people out of their league, it's really probably not true, because if you remove all of the stuff that you have all over your face, you're probably in the same league. Now, I guess an argument could be made that men can just start doing the same thing women do and put makeup on, and, you know, I mean, it started to already happen. They're wearing wigs and toupees and beard filler, and they got these like 3-inch heels for their shoes now, and like eventually we're going to get to a point where nobody looks the way that they actually look. And you're going to get into a relationship with someone, and you're going to go to bed with them, and you're going to wake up with a stranger.
If a man offers a walk, a coffee, or a hike for a first date, he does not value you.
Really? So how much money a man spends on a first date now equates to how much he values her. Okay.
Or he's cheap, or broke, and he's not dateable.
Well, silly me. And here I was thinking the whole time that first dates were primarily about getting to know someone. But apparently, according to some, if a guy doesn't spend enough money, then he's just undateable.
But if you accept, you've got low self-esteem, and you got to work on that.
Translation. For those women that don't solely focus on the amount of money that a man spends on a first date, it's rather highlighting those that do in a rather bad light. So they're naturally going to try to drag other women down to their level so they're not shown in such a bad light.
Well, you might be wondering, what do I do if a man offers a hike, a coffee, a walk for a first date? And the answer's simple. Ignore, ghost, unmatch. It's not even worth a second of your time to come up with whatever you're going to say back.
I mean, a person could argue the value of communication and expressing a person's needs and wants. However, then there's this.
One might be saying, oh, well, what about communicating my needs? No, communication is for married people. Thank you, next.
It's been said before, and I certainly will say it again. But single women really seem to want to keep other women single.
If there is a single childless man that makes good money, that is handsome, that has emotional intelligence, know how to talk to you right, you having a rough day, he just know what to say. You know, all of these things that we desire. The reality is that he is going to be desired by many women. Every woman thinks that she's a good woman. All of us. The good women think they're good women. The trash women think they're good women. Everybody think that they're good woman. Just because you're a good person or a good woman does not mean that someone has to date you. And it does not make them a bad person because they choose not to.
Okay, I just had a thought while driving, so I had to pull over. And because I think it's really important, but I have noticed, I don't know if anybody else has, but the men on TikTok, okay? A lot of the dating stuff you see, like all of the tea scandal stuff going on and the men who are getting uncovered and all that kind of stuff. And I'm just thinking, the men who aren't on the T app, those men are the ones on here making videos. They're the ones that are opening the Transformers new package that they got, building their Legos, or they're dancing to some like really hip 90s music. Those are the men that aren't on the T app. If you want to know what they're doing, they're not out there messing around. They're out here creating content, having fun, being little boys, really. Like, you've seen those guys play with like the little construction trucks and putting dirt into construction trucks like they're 3 years old all over again. That is where the good men are, in my opinion. What I've noticed.
There is no such thing as a solid, foolproof game plan when it comes to dating in this city, okay? It is clearly just luck of the draw at the end of the day. Like, as a single woman living in Toronto, okay? Let's look at this mathematically, all right? 50% of the eligible men are not serious. They're not serious about any sort of relationship, any sort of commitment, any of that shit. Then 20% of men are already involved with somebody. Whether it be a baby mama, an ex-girlfriend, a wife, whatever the case is, there's another woman in the equation. Then that brings us to the 10% of men that are just fucking crazy, all right? We're just gonna group all the craziness together and put them in a fucking category. Then you have 10% of men that you just wouldn't fucking date, right? You're not attracted to them, they're old as fuck, or, you know, they're immature, whatever the case is, right? They're in jail, I don't know, they don't like women, like we're just gonna group them together as well. So that leaves us with a hefty 10% for all the women in Toronto, okay? Now, I'm no mathematician, but that percentage equals a lot of us women in the city remaining fucking single.
And we know you guys can't do that. So we know the actual equal of it is y'all dating the same guy, which we tell you not to do. So there's that.
Welcome to my series called What It's Like Dating as a Single Mom in Your 40s.
Of course he can drive a really, really nice car and go out every single night of the week because he doesn't have a mortgage or rent because he's 34 and he still lives at home with his parents.
With comments like these, like, are men really confused about why women choose not to date them? Reduce us to basically just being a sex toy. Meanwhile, we're outpacing men in like literally every category: home ownership, education, job titles, status. And you know what? I listen to a lot of podcasts with a lot of men that have done amazing things and have amassed a lot of wealth. And you know what I notice? 90% of the time, they sit there and they thank their wives. They thank them for the support, helping them be a better man, more empathetic, chase their dreams. Like, women bring so much to a man's life. It's ridiculous. So all of you men in the comments that are mad we won't sleep with you on the first date, it's because we know we bring a lot to the table. And we're good on our own. Women have had to learn how to be independent, and you know what? I get myself off a lot more than any man ever did. We're doing just fine. So you keep deducing us to recreational use.
Not as clever as you think you are with that little list. I just did something the same. Wealth: men make up about 88% of billionaires and dominate top 1% of earners globally. Innovation: over 85% of patents are registered by men. Most major tech breakthroughs led by men. STEM careers: men hold the majority of high-paying engineering and tech roles. Military and physical standards: elite combat units and world athletic records are overwhelmingly male. Entrepreneurship: men generate 3 times more business revenue on average. Dating leverage: men delay marriage, increasing their value and options as they age. Risk and leadership: men outscore women in risk tolerance, leadership, drive, and competitiveness. You see how easy that was? Very easy. Delete this video.
Please tell me why a man who has never said a word to me at the gym, let alone even looked in my direction, just liked me on Hinge. Tell me why. Also, let me share some context. I go to a small boutique CrossFit gym. We all know each other's shit. On a busy day, there's 20 people in class, okay? So we know each other's faces. He has been in the same class as me consistently. Also, let me share this context. My Hinge has the gym on it because the gym is extremely important to me, and especially in a partner. So you might be like, Shannon, that means he's a good partner. No, it doesn't. Because you know what's more important than the gym to me? Being confident enough as a man to approach a female that you might be interested in. I'm sorry. Am I supposed to manage this entire dynamic? You don't even have the balls to come up to me and say, hey, how's your day? You don't even need to say, hey, I think you're great. I'd love to get to know you. No, you don't even have to say that. How's your day? We can't even do that. Men used to go to war. They used to go to war. And now they just drop likes on Hinge. I can't stand them.
We don't really need context. Men were told not to approach in public. So that's why they might resort to getting on the app, liking you, so that the next time he's created connection, you've seen him, and so now you say, oh, I recognize you. Familiarity. And so when he comes up to you or you go to him, hey, did you like me on the app? Oh yeah, I did. Well, why don't you just come up and say something to me? Well, I didn't want to startle you. And a lot of times women say that they don't want people bothering them in the gym. So I just felt like maybe that was a way that we can start a conversation in a non-threatening manner and go from there. Simple as that.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but if a man offers a walk, a coffee, or a hike for a first date, he does not value you, or he's cheap, or broke, and he's not dateable. But if you accept, you've got low self-esteem, and you got to work on that. Well, you might be wondering, what do I do if a man offers a hike, a coffee, a walk for a first date? And the answer is simple. Ignore, ghost.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but just remember, ladies, single women like to keep other women single. I said what I said.
I want you obsessed with me. I want you so insanely obsessed with me that I consume your every thought and action. If we go on a date and I actually want to kiss you, I want you obsessed with me. I
hear people in their 20s talking about something called love bombing, where a guy comes in and just tells you he's obsessed with you and he's sending you things, he's sending you flowers, he's seeing you all the time. I don't think this can be real when you're 40. I haven't wanted to go on a second date or had a crush on someone in 10 years. If I actually go out with you and know you're checking the boxes, I want you obsessed with me. Pack a bag. Stay the weekend. Let's fly to Europe. Let's send me flowers every day. Let me know. I want to know. I want all the bombing. Give it to me. I'm not worried. I'm not scared. You cannot scare me. Try to scare me. I got it. We're good. Bring it on.
Well, how's he going to know if he's checking the boxes? Because modern women don't communicate anything. So he's not going to know what direction to go because y'all don't ever really say anything.
I'm tired of y'all telling me that I'm independent. I don't want to be independent. I want to be taken care of, okay? I want to be at home making butter, making bread, making jam on 100 acres with horses and a family. I want to be homeschooling kids and making lunch for my husband and cooking and cleaning. I ended up in construction, which is insane, but I don't want to do this, okay? As long as I am working, I am failing in life, okay? I should not be working. I was not made to work. I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. I want a man that orders my coffee and tells me to go pick it up and it's ready for me. And I want a man to be my brain and to lead me and guide me and do everything for me. Okay? I'm tired of being in management and construction. It's just the constant, like, babysitting and telling people what to do, and I don't like it. I don't want to do it. I want a more easier life. This life is rough. It's rough out here.
Unmarried 40 plus people, is it just me, or would you almost rather that there is like no weekend? I literally just went to go get groceries, and on my way there, I saw a lot of couples outside their home doing like lawn work together. I go to the grocery store and I see them shopping together. And on my way back, I see them biking or jogging or walking together. And most of my days are lonely lately. And it's just, I feel like it's just a reminder of what I don't have.
So this is for fellas. If you take a girl out and she is having a good time, she's drinking, and you ask her, do you want to order food? And she's not that hungry. She's like, nah, I'll just eat some of your food. Would you get an attitude with that because she don't want to waste your money? I went out with a friend of mine and he was like, what do you want to eat? I'm about to order something. I'm like, I'll just eat a little piece of yours. I'm not really hungry. And he was like, no, you won't. He said no. And I'm like, why would you say no? I don't want to get a full plate. You have to pay. He was like, did you pay for anything tonight? I'm like, I didn't pay for anything tonight. He was like, why are you worrying about my money? I'm okay with you wasting, but I'm just not a wasteful person. I thought I was being considerate. He said, why are women like this? So I guess that was my green light to get the meal. My friend said, stop worrying about other people. If they say do it, just do it. What y'all think, fellas? Don't forget to like and follow.
Well, he's ordering food because he's hungry. And if you go over there, it's not going to be just a little piece. It's going to be like, oh man, that's really good. I didn't know that was that good. Oh man, I'm hungrier than I thought I was. Can I have a little bit more? And then you end up taking half his plate. So if you're not hungry, eat the little piece that you want off of your food and eat the rest later.
Being a man must be so wild. It is 8:57. It is dark out. I am driving on a street with like very sparse overhead street lights, and I see someone walking, and like no reflective gear, no lights, no nothing, just a guy out walking at 9 at night in the dark, like not a care in the world, not worried about getting kidnapped, not worried about, I don't know, just the things that any woman worries about. Like, I would never go out at this hour and just go walking with like no reflective gear, no vest, no nothing, just gonna go walking on the street on a kind of a busy street. Like, being a man is crazy. If you're a man and you do that, comment.
No, men wouldn't do that either. At all. Men are aware of the dangers. That's why they keep on looking over their shoulder. Period. End of story. There have been women that I've seen. I've looked out my window and personally seen them jogging at night, in the dead of night, like 9 or 10 o'clock. You can't see where they're going. You see them trailing off into the darkness with their headphones on. No awareness, not worried about a thing, only to show up on the news. Hey, this person got stuck up. This person got robbed. This person got assaulted. Not paying attention at all. I would have never even done that. That's why I was inside at that time.
I'm literally not listening to y'all anymore. I'm not listening to you. I clearly just need to trust my gut. Y'all were so mad, so up in arms about me cooking for that man. Y'all were so mad about me getting him grilling tools on our second date. This man is literally using his grilling tools on the weekend, sending me videos, sending me pictures of him using it. He's so grateful. He's so gracious. He like absolutely loves it. He showed up at my job today with meats that he had grilled with the tools that I made him. Let me show y'all. Surprised me at work. I wasn't supposed to see him. Y'all know I'm not supposed to see him until this weekend. He showed up with meats in hand, talking about, you're not going to be the only one cooking in this relationship. So what now? Oh, and the nigga got range. Red roses too. So what now? What now? Please. Please. I'm going to do what I want. Every time you touch me, I just melt away. Everybody asks me why I'm crying from ear to ear. Come on, baby.
This apology is for all men because I am sitting here struggling with probably some of the worst cramps of my life. And to think that's just a fraction of what you guys go through when you have a cold, that I feel like I've just been so insensitive. And literally all I can say is I'm sorry.
Well, we do love a self-aware queen, so that's cool.
Okay, TikTok, help me out. So recently I was with my sister and I was with somebody who's very, very close to my heart. And we were talking about boy problems and just men in general and how we feel about them, and which they're amazing. We love them. But sometimes they're hard to deal with. And my sister was specifically talking about her boy problems. And she's like, why? Like, why do men not talk to me? Like, and my sister, is the most beautiful woman on this planet. I truly believe that. I don't think there's anybody more beautiful than her. But this guy, the person that we were with, he was like, oh, well, look at you. Like, look at your face card. Like, look at your energy and how you carry yourself and yada, yada, yada. Like, if I wasn't filled with courage that night that I met you guys, I would have never come up to you. And I'm like, what? Is that true? Like, why are people so intimidated? I don't get it. Is this real? Like, does this happen to anybody else or just us? Like, and my mom, okay, another thing, my mom would always say that. She's like, men are scared of you. Like they literally run away. And I'm like, why are we so scary? Like, why do men, I just want to know your guys' thoughts. Like, does this happen to you? Is this normal? Like, let me know.
Maybe your friend isn't as great of a person as you think she is.
Sometimes I wish I had a camera crew following me around because I can't believe the stuff that happens throughout my day. Just now, I was sitting at a coffee shop just enjoying a coffee while my daughter was at a play place, and I had someone come up to me. He just saw the back of my phone. I was on it, and it has the suction that just goes on windows, mirrors, like things like that to record. So he was like, that's so cool. What is that? Asking questions. Was like, oh, probably Amazon, right? And I'm like, yeah, of course. Walks away. Very friendly. 2 minutes later, not even, he rounds the corner again and he was like, I know this is so random, but do you want to go get a drink right around the block? I was going to get a drink and like a bite to eat. Honestly, it just caught me so off guard, and he could probably sense that, like my hesitation. And he was like, totally friendly. I just feel like, why not? Life is short. So I figured I would just ask you. And part of me was pulling to say yes, but the other part was like, I wasn't attracted to him. I know he mentioned friendly, but 9 times out of 10, I isn't just approaching a girl just to make friends. So I was feeling this pull of, you know, just stay where you are. You have half of a coffee to drink still. I politely declined, and I was like, my daughter is at a play place. I'm going to be leaving soon. So I left it at that. He was like, okay, I just figured I would ask. Now I'm sitting there probably another hour because I didn't have to leave. Like, I had time if I wanted to. I just chose to sit and like do whatever I was doing. He rounds the corner and basically calls me out. And he's like, I thought you had to go get your daughter. And I kind of hesitated, and I was like, I do. I actually am going to be getting up to go. So I got up, and then he started walking with me and was asking me just basic questions. But it was just so funny that like, I feel like I'm constantly on dating apps and saying, I don't know where I would meet someone outside of the dating apps because I only go to the gym. It's kind of eye-opening that I just was sitting outside of a coffee shop. I just got randomly approached to have dinner by a random person within 5 seconds. We didn't even speak. We were speaking about my phone case, and then he had interest to go and just chit-chat at a bar even further. So kind of eye-opening that I should probably just put myself out there and just sit outside places I enjoy. And maybe I'm just gonna like pull up my lawn chair outside of the gym and just see who comes and goes. I mean, I don't know. That's an option, so we'll see.
Somebody in the comments, and it was a dude, called this man weird for looping back around and trying to talk to her. Why? Why is that weird? If he saw something that he liked and he said, hey, I would really like another chance. Don't they do that with jobs? When the job says, I don't really think about it. Yeah, but I would really like this job, and, you know, would ask that you guys reconsider. No, we're not going to. That's essentially what he's doing. He would like to be with the woman. He's attracted to her. He wants to speak with her. He wants to take her out. There's nothing wrong with that. It really is funny to me how men would be trying to do something. If they don't approach, then it's a problem. But if they do approach, then it's a problem. Well, you didn't approach the right way. Well, how would you like me to approach? The man was rejected. She said, no, thank you. He left, came back respectfully. I think he came back respectfully like 2 or 3 times. 2 or 3 times. And kudos to you for being respectful. But you did lie. You did lie. So maybe you need to clean that up first before worrying about getting off the dating apps and sitting outside.
Ladies, here's the thing. If we continue to perpetuate the cycle that all men are bad and problematic, that's what's going to keep happening. That's what we're going to create. The conversation is the reality that we're creating. So I don't understand. Like, are some people unsafe? Yes. Are some people hurtful and have they lied? Yes. On both sides. Are there good men out there? Also, yes. I know you have brothers and fathers and friends who are good human beings. And if we keep treating all men like they're trash, they're just going to keep acting like that. We have to have some compassion. This is not excusing behavior. This is not validating a person who is trash to keep acting like trash at all. But there are good men that are drowning in this sea of like all men are garbage. And it's like self-fulfilling prophecy. My friend went on a date the other day. He's a white man. He's a great human being. And his date multiple times was like, well, you're a white man in your 30s, so, you know, you already have a lot to make up for. And like, at first he thought it was a joke, but then it kept coming up and it kept coming up. And eventually he was just like, okay, I can't, like, what am I supposed to, like, what can I do here? Do I have to repent for every white man in their 30s who has hurt this woman? Like, that's not his job. Especially when someone comes to the table already with that level of animosity and distrust. Like, what are we doing? He is a good dude. He walked away from that experience and was like, all right, it is what it is. a different person could be fucking set off, villain origin story initiated, because someone else brought their trauma to the table and took it out on him. I'm not saying that the people who have done bad things deserve a free pass, but you get to continue living with compassion and trust that, like, there are good human beings in this world. And the more we continue separating and being divisive and basically hating each other, we're not going to fix any of these problems. There are good men and good women in this world. You get to choose who you interact with and how you show up in the world. And that goes for everyone. So choose.